So right before the U.S. Senate left on vacation, Colorado's Republican Senator Cory Gardner came out with a new health care bill. It says it would protect pre-existing conditions, which is not where Gardner has been on the issue of pre-existing conditions prior to, say, election season. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger looks at this bill and first a truth test on that very issue.
Millions of Coloradans.
Duty and Honor is out with this ad against Republican Senator Cory Gardner.
The one thing they shouldn't have to fight for?
Normally, I'd start with fact-checking the claims. But first, what the heck is Duty and Honor? And why is this ad almost identical to a previous one by something called Majority Forward?
Like cancer, diabetes, or heart disease.
OpenSecret.org has a great flowchart showing Duty and Honor and Majority Forward are basically one and the same. And Majority Forward works with the Senate Majority Political Action Committee, which is connected to top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer. Now that you know who's behind this, let's go to the claim.
Why did Cory Gardner vote with the insurance companies 9 times to eliminate protections for people with pre-existing conditions?
The ad asks why, and this truth test can't answer motive. I want to focus on the 9 times, which isn't the whole story. I'll just cut to the chase. Gardner has a voting history of trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act or limit its funding. When I asked Duty and Honor for supporting information, it provided me 9 votes Gardner made between July 25th, 2017 and October 30th, 2019. 2 of them were bills or resolutions that dealt with health plans that could be exempt from covering pre-existing conditions. 6 of the votes were amendments. Most were offered up by Senate Democrats, and Gardner voted against. The amendments generally tried to ban bills that restrict health coverage. The other vote mentioned was procedural. Here's the thing. Gardner voting against the Affordable Care Act, including pre-existing conditions, isn't new. When Colorado voters elected him in 2014, he already cast multiple votes from being in the House in 2011, 2012, and 2013, when he voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act or to prohibit the Treasury from funding it. Yes, Gardner has a voting history to weaken the Affordable Care Act, including coverage for those with pre-existing conditions. Which brings us to a bill Gardner introduced 2 weeks ago. The bill is entitled To Ensure Coverage of Pre-Existing Conditions Under Private Health Insurance. The 8-line bill does require insurance companies to cover pre-existing conditions. It just does not require an insurance company to take you on in the first place. I spoke with the vice president of Kaiser Family Foundation, a nonprofit that focuses on health issues and is not connected to Kaiser Permanente, to help me understand how that can be deciphered from a 1.5-page bill.
In order to truly protect people who are sick with pre-existing conditions, you have to be willing to strictly regulate insurance companies and provide the kind of funding that would keep the insurance market stable. This bill from Senator Gardner falls well short of, of providing comprehensive protections for people with pre-existing conditions.
Gardner's bill is not currently needed because the Affordable Care Act is still in place. However, 1 week after the election, the U.S. Supreme Court will take up a case that will determine if the Affordable Care Act remains. Kyle, I asked Gardner's campaign spokesman for time with Gardner to talk about his bill. I didn't get that time.
So, Marshall, because of the fact that Republicans are trying to take down the Affordable Care Act right after the election, they're of course going to get asked on the campaign trail, what is your plan to replace it with? And it would seem like Gardner's plan is to say, look at this 3-line bill and assume that people don't say, well, I saw on Next that that is actually horse excrement. Does that appear to be the plan, that he's going to point to the 3-line bill and say, that's my ACA fix?
Well, I'd like to ask specifically, according to Kaiser Family Foundation, it would just need like it would need more context besides just a few lines, but it would need something like guaranteed issues. I think that's the term that's in the ACA, but you don't even need the ACA to cover for pre-existing conditions. You could craft a bill that even if ACA was gone, you could have pre-existing coverage of everybody, but it's just the nuance of the wording, and right now the wording is not in that bill.
Sure. Yeah, and a fair question for voters to ask, say, if we take away this healthcare system, what will we replace it with? All right. Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate it.